Please, please don't kill me. I swear, I won't say anything.
In a small, cold house where cracked walls echoed the sound of the wind, Pablo Escobar was raised under the tired yet determined hands of his mother. Their lives were consumed by poverty, but Pablo's sharp eyes always searched for more. From an early age, he carried dark secrets, stealing coins from neighbors' pockets and even opening graves to sell tombstones. While other children played, he stood in the shadows, observing and learning the rules of power. Pablo quickly understood that his world demanded fear, daring, and ambition. These traits fueled his transformation from a poor boy to the architect of an empire of death. In a world where power is bought with blood and money, Pablo Escobar is no longer the poor boy from Medellin. He has stepped beyond the boundaries of morality into a realm ruled by fear. His first kill took place in the silence of a dark basement. A man who betrayed him knelt, begging for his life. But Pablo, without hesitation, pulled the trigger. The gunshot shattered the quiet, marking the moment he transformed from a common smuggler into a ruthless killer. Yet Pablo's darkness wasn't just about violence. One freezing night in the mountains, as his young daughter Manuela shivered from the cold, Pablo made a sacrifice others could never imagine. He burned stacks of dollar bills, millions of dollars, one by one in the fireplace. Flames consumed the cash, and Pablo suddenly whispered, "Money means nothing if it can't keep my family warm." Now the king of Medellin, Pablo's empire was built on betrayal and blood. Trust came at a cost, and when one of his closest friends betrayed him by leaking information to the government, Pablo gave the order. The gunshot not only ended a friendship, but marked the beginning of a reign fueled by isolation and paranoia. In the streets of Medellin, Pablo used fear as a weapon. In broad daylight, he ordered the car of one of his enemies to explode. Deep in the Colombian jungle, Pablo Escobar built a palace that was more than a home. It was a symbol of limitless power and excess. Hacienda Nápoles, with its gleaming pools, private zoo, and hidden tunnels, was a paradise in appearance, but concealed horrors within its walls. Beneath the mansion, in secret underground chambers, enemies of Pablo were interrogated and tortured. Their screams were swallowed by the cold, unfeeling walls, leaving behind a haunting silence. In the upper rooms, simple-looking walls hid safes overflowing with cash and weapons, a testament to Pablo's growing empire. But his paranoia ran deeper than anyone could imagine. Pablo buried billions of dollars in remote fields and jungles. At the height of his power, Pablo Escobar was no longer content to rule from the shadows. He stepped into the ruthless world of politics. Portraying himself as the champion of the poor, he promised to rebuild Medellin and provide for those in need. But behind the facade of charity lay a darker truth. Pablo's empire thrived on fear and violence, and politics became just another weapon in his arsenal. When the government threatened his empire, Pablo responded with brutal force. He ordered a massive bombing in a crowded area of Medellin, an explosion that devastated buildings, tore through streets, and sent shockwaves across the city. It wasn't just an act of retaliation, it was a clear warning to anyone who dared oppose him. Defiance would be met with destruction. On a cold, gray day, after years of relentless pursuit, the sound of radio waves shattered the silence. The police had finally tracked Pablo Escobar's location. He was hiding on the rooftop of a worn-down, modest building, far from the opulence and grandeur that had once defined his life. Pablo, the man who had once brought the world to its knees, stood alone and weary, staring into the horizon. The footsteps of the approaching police grew louder. He knew the end was near. Perhaps, for the briefest of moments, memories flashed before his eyes. His daughter, the betrayals of his friends, and the power that had cost him everything. The bullets came swift and unforgiving. Pablo fell to the rooftop, his blood slowly trailing to the edge before dripping to the ground below. In his final breaths, he may have felt true solitude for the first time, not the fear of death, but the weight of his isolation. When the gunfire ceased, the silence returned, leaving only the lifeless body of the man who once ruled with unmatched power.
Photo of Pablo Escobar, a face that shocked the world, a man with ruthless power. Photo from another angle, a rare glimpse of a man who thrived in the shadows. Photo with his family, Pablo, the loving father, in a stark contrast to his blood empire. Photo in a football team, a simple moment, hiding layers of ambition and tragedy. Photo of his ID, the beginning of a story that changed the world forever. Photo of his child in front of the White House, a bold symbol of Pablo's defiance, even while being relentlessly pursued.